set in front of the setter, I would have tried to spread the block out a little and gone behind or out to the far sideline. She made it easier on the blockers to stop her.
And a net violation is going to be called against USC setter Kendall Bateman. So now compounding matters. Bateman turning on that tight set and just brushing the net. And Shutra will continue to serve Cal, now trailing just 16-15. What a crush by Lauren Williams.
And that is a good time for her to stay in front of the setter because the pass was much closer to one sideline. So she got a chance to go to open space. Really nice attack by her.
And we'll talk about how do you establish open space for hitters in between the second and third sets as part of Karch's classroom. The classroom is open. And that ball hit out of bounds by Alex Jupiter.
Oh, remember that one, just like the first set, Paul. A pretty good situation, one-on-one. Ball goes out of bounds, and that probably should have been an 18-15 lead for USC.
USC 20 kills, 14 errors on 61 attempts. Make it 66 attempts. And another error for USC.
Coach Mick Haley saying that that ball touched the block and that setter Kendall Bateman could play it then again, but the referee disagreeing.
Not seeing the touch on the block and called 2 consecutive contacts against the sophomore setter Kendall Bateman. Whistle had not blown, so Kristen Cathan out of Moraga, California, averaging just about 3.5 digs per contest. Now in her senior season, go back and serve short, working on Jupiter. Jupiter high off the top of the block and down.
Cal on that last play doing a nice job of just deciding we are going to try to stop Lauren Williams. They did so and got a nice touch on that.
USC serving. Right side to Rolliter and able to get that ball off of Hannah Shutra.
And the thing I liked about that dig, Paul, was that Alex Jupiter dove forward but kept the ball off the net. A nice dig where she kept it about 8 feet off, and the setter had something to work with. USC gets a good swing.
Murray off the defense of Geisen. Point and possession back to Cal, trailing USC 19-18.
And in the meantime, I could see USC not really honoring Mindy Wiley, releasing out to try to stop Tara Murray. That's a tough way to make a living, hitting against 2 blockers all night long out there.
Megan Schmidt, now defensive specialist, on to serve for Cal. Again, up 1-0. Rolliter through the block. So we're talking about getting Hannah Shutra started. SC is loading up their block, loading up their defense, so maybe you go away to Mindy Wiley for a while to give her space.
Like right now, Mindy Wiley's up in the front row. She can run something behind the setter. Often it would be called a slide, and that's the plan here. And that's exactly what they get, but they don't get the kill. Maybe run it again.
A look from Karch's corner. Hey, first week out, we've already got places at a USC event, no less, for one of the great Bruins of all time. What is going on?
I don't mind a front row seat like this as long as it's not the Bob Uecker model.
I'll bring you some popcorn. Murray now for Cal, trailing 20-19. One-on-one, Geisen able to put that ball away against Lloyd. Very good choice by Bateman. Why was she so wide open? Why was Geisen so wide open on the left?
It was because Mindy Wiley decided to jump and try to stop the quick hitter. In that case, it was Zoe Garrett, and she took herself out of the play. It left Geisen one-on-one. Great choice by Bateman.
Quick set in return. Wiley is dug. Jupiter's got it. Joust at the net, and it will go down on USC's side. So many opportunities in the opening set. Karch, remember there were just a couple of hesitation plays by USC. Roles not clearly defined. It probably cost USC, along with some unforced errors, that opening set. Rostrader working on Jupiter. Shutra cannot get a ball to the floor. Neither can Kimmy Rollader. Beautiful block on the left side that time by Hannah Schutra and Corey Johnson. And now tied at 21.
Working on a line shot. She'd be probably smart to use it here. Coach Feller has wanted her to work on more volume, different range.
So timeout is taken, and we will step aside. Cal leading 1-0. USC and Cal tied at 21 here in the second. Back with more Pac-10 volleyball right after this.
A champion turns the dream of a team into a reality.
He inspires a legion of fans,
making you believe in the unbelievable.
Taking good and turning it into great.
A champion lives where history is played.
Cal and USC, second set, tied at 21 apiece. Paul Sunderland back with Karch Kirayan. He is back courtside, and I can confirm Karch did indeed take a shower before the match.
Two of them today, actually.
Well, you're a hard-working man. Shutra over the top.
There's that setter dump from Lloyd again, looking to be offensive.
Well, and USC was really ready for it, and Rollader hitting the ball out of bounds. So now Cal taking the lead once again.
But you see how often teams get the ball back. If Rollader can keep that in, they'll probably get another swing and another and another, and just got to play a chess match, make them work for it.
What's the worst thing you can do as a hitter in volleyball?
Hit the ball out or in the net.
Absolutely. Geisen is stuffed. But still, you see Geisen is stuffed, but still USC had a chance to keep that ball alive.
Hillgren almost came up with that play, amazingly enough.
Boy, Mick Haley has got to be one very upset coach right now. Scratching the back of his head going, what is going on? A big lead in the opening set. They lost it 25-22. A 12-7 lead here in the second, and now they're trailing 23-21. And just a reminder, coming up in between the second and third sets, now that school has started for everybody in the Pac-10, it'll be time to go back into Karch's classroom with some assist from the USC Women of Troy.
Absolutely. And Coach Haley could use a little assist from them right now. Both the first set totally in control, and even the second one, it seemed like USC was in control of both of these, Paul, and is letting it slip away.
Led 10-4, 12-7. And as the USC Women of Troy come back out on the floor.
And even recently it was 21-19, so they've been outscored 4-2 since then and passed up.
Just giving up points in big, big bunches.
Yeah.
Bunches and bushels. So Rostretter will go back. Robin Rostretter, defensive specialist and serving specialist, will go back for Cal. Cal in their road blue and yellow. The USC Women of Troy in their home whites. Geisen, the senior, coming through, but that's got to be a service error. Just lollipopping that ball right to the passing specialist, the libero, Allie Hildren for USC.
The only good thing was they went in and they almost got a shot to block Geisen as they had earlier. The one thing you don't want to do when you're on a roll like that is miss a serve out and break the string.
Kelly Irvin, backup setter, back into serve. Murray is blocked straight down by Williams.
Nice play by Williams, but if Murray can keep that ball in front of her, she would hope to see this blocker and go to one side or the other if she doesn't get under the ball.
Tied at 23, so coming out of USC's timeout, they get a couple of back-to-back points, a clutch kill on the outside by Geisen, and a block by Williams. Absolutely right. Tara Murray, a very tentative swing because she was not in good hitting position. And finishing up her career is the outstanding libero for USC, Allie Hildren, and we had a chance to visit with the 5'8 senior out of Rancho Santa Fe right before first serve this evening. This week, our Pride of the Pack.